TempleOS. It's a 64-bit operating system for the IBM PC. And I'm Terry Davis. And the purpose is to be a temple for God. So if you press F7, it does random words. Smoky Nevada, is that so? Mars, wow. Let's roll. Service sector, okay. So if you press F7, get God. Anyway, the command line feeds into a C compiler, function by function. So if I say I64 count I64 n, these are integers, obviously. For I equals 1, I less or equal n, I plus plus. So I could say print, but there's a shortcut. You say if it hits a string, that's print, and let's return n just for. Okay, so let's unassemble function count. So this is 64-bit assembly. It compiles. It's not an interpreter. And when we type count 10, it counts to 10. So since the command line feeds into a C compiler, let's see. I'll do a directory. Now I started with C. Then I said, what if I get default arguments from C++? Then I said, do I really need parentheses? So I shortened it. And so I was at the command line. If you hit the cursor keys, it goes up. So how do you get command history? By the way, you can go up to these directories and hit spacebar and then edit. Hello world. So you can make graphics. Let's do a sprite. Control R. Make sprite. Let's just do some circles real quick. I just want to get this done fast. Okay, good enough. Got some circles. So now I say sprite, Control R, pointer to sprite number 1. So escape. Now since it feeds into a C compiler, you say pound include test, and there's the graphics. Okay, so the graphics have an offset. So if we want their offset, I'm gonna go edit them real quick. I just want to fix this. Shift origin. So how about like that? Exit. Escape. Now I can hit this include again. Okay, so now the graphics are right there. So at the command line, you can. One of the goals was to be like the Apple II or the old school. If you hit device context, default device context, then 100 XY radius. Okay, so it's really easy to do everything. So like the games are really easy. Let's get rid of that. DC fill. Okay, so hit Control M to get to your menu, and these are. I was trying to deal with my command line history. In Linux, you have command history. That's really nice. So what I did is I said Control M, and this is a document, and these are macros. So this is kind of like command history. So let's go down to the games directory. Hit spacebar. If I keep going, this is my menu, and I have icons. But anyway, I just wanted to talk about this is like command history. So there, if you look up here on it, it did the change directory, and it did a directory. So this is my games directory. So let's look at room. So this is a It has graphics and source. These are 3D meshes. And let's run it. Anyway, so okay. Anyway, so it has graphics and source code. And so the command history, Control M is like the your. So an icon is nothing more. If you hit Control T, you toggle to plain text. There's the tag Excalibur, and then this is the payload for the macro. Left button macro include, and then it has an include. So what these do. So we can make a macro. Let's see. I think we still have count, don't we? So I'm going to say Control L. Let's make a macro. Tag. Click left macro. Count to 1. I don't know if this is going to work. Count to 100. Character turn. I forgot if we're in the same. Anyway. Okay, now I can click with my mouse, and it. Let's see what it did. So on the command line, it said count 100. Character turn. Okay, so it worked. So you can put. I didn't save it on my startup menu, but you can put a little graphic, and then you can click. So this is the most famous thing in TempleOS. This is Talk with God. So this is the Oracle in TempleOS, the Holy of Holies. So you get out of God what you put in. You could just randomly open a book or use a Ouija board, but so this is a high-speed timer, and we use the timer for random numbers. That's the normal way to do random numbers. So you get out of prayer what you put in. So God, praise you for about clouds and lightning and I don't know. How about tornadoes? Tornadoes are cool. Anyway, so the Pope is against immigration, or is for immigration. God's against immigration. Anyway, repeat after me. Do it. Have fun. No, we do. The Pope runs a charity. I run a church. I'm the high priest. So anyway, in the Bible, all they did all day was do offerings to God. So that's my job. Repeat after me. Do it. Have fun. No, we do. Be happy. Act Pope. Astronomical line. Take your pick. Lift. Face your son, stone. Aren't you clever? I don't care. Church tomorrow. Okay. Is it church tomorrow? You have to honor the Sabbath. So today's Friday. I guess that's. I don't know. Do we celebrate Saturday? I haven't worked out my church. Okay, so Eagle Dive is a 8-core flight simulator. We're having some. So it's 3-dimensional. Anyway, so some of the games. What's my current favorite is Bomber Golf. So I'm gonna hit a bunker. So this is like golf. You try for minimum keystrokes. Gonna hit a take. Okay, so that's my current favorite. You try for minimum keystrokes to get 10 tanks or 10 targets. Anyway, so that's TempleOS.